Quiet on the set. Good morning, Columbus, and welcome to another edition of From Our House to Your Home, the Remodeler Showcase. My name is Marty Reed. I'm your host, and the show is brought to you by Frog Hauling. If you need to clean your garage, your basement, your yard, whatever, if you want someone to haul that trash or whatever it is you want to get rid of, give Frog Hauling a call. And if you're a remodeling contractor and only the best product will do for your customer, think of Frog Hauling. We carry 5 different sizes of containers so that you're not paying for more than you need. How's that? Good?
I think that's great.
Okay, well, as everyone knows, we talk to remodelers on this show, and we talk to product suppliers. And we're going to talk to, I'm going to call you a product supplier. How's that?
That sounds great.
When people go through a remodeling project, there's always the follow-on after the paint colors and it's all done. And what is that? Furnishings, right? Mm-hmm. But we have a kind of a unique concept today that we're going to talk about. Rather than go to the new furniture store, which, oh, by the way, scares me to no end. Because every time I walk into a furniture store, well, I have this habit of wanting to buy the best of the best kind of furniture.
Of course.
The solid wood. I don't buy the stuff that has the paper, fake wood covering on it and all that sort of thing. It's quite expensive, right? So now we have a solution for that.
We do.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. My guest today is Michelle Renda, who owns a company called Trading Places in Dublin, Ohio. And let's see if I get this right. It's a resale of gently used furniture. Did I do that justice?
You did that justice, yes.
Okay.
Very gently used, I would
Very
say.
gently
Nearly
used.
new.
Okay, so now this is the only time I'm putting you on the spot during this interview,
Okay.
Michelle. You have to introduce yourself. Tell the folks a little bit about who you are, and then why don't you tell them a little bit about how you got in the business.
Okay, well, thank you. Thanks for having me. My name is Michelle Renda. I'm with Trading Places, and we are an upscale furniture consignment store. We specialize in furniture and home decor on consignment. We love to have all the things that you're no longer using in your home, and we're really a matchmaker for furniture and home decor. We find a buyer and let someone else enjoy the pieces that you're no longer enjoying. I got in the business in 2009. I was in the corporate world for 20 years. I was a wannabe designer and a excessive shopper of home decor, and I love to change things out. And I had a closet full of stuff that didn't work in my house, and decided, you know what, there's got to be a place for this, and I think I'm going to start a business and help other people decide what to do with things they no longer need. And Trading Places was born.
So obviously you've been successful if you've been in business since 2009, and what you thought panned out, right?
What we thought panned out, yes, yes.
Okay, now, my question is, first of all, what is gently used, the term I used? In other words, the thought occurred to me when you were talking. I said, well, if somebody just bought it, why would they get rid of it? What happens?
Well, the great thing about consignment is it doesn't mean that it's used. It could be brand new. It could be something that just didn't work in someone's home. We have a lot of people that purchase things online, don't really have a chance to test it out, and they get it, and they don't like it, and they bring it to us to sell. So we get things that are brand new. And also we have things that are gently used. Gently used to us is really nearly new. We're very selective in what we take into our store. And nearly new looks like showroom. It looks like showroom. What you find on the showroom floor of a furniture store.
So you know my wife.
I do. I've heard of her.
I come home and she goes, the latest and greatest was, I have empathy for all the men out there that are listening to this show, because I get called into the kitchen and it's, what do you think of this? And of course, I don't care what it is. My answer is always the same. If you like it, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the latest one was, I think I went through a year to pick out a bedspread. And the bedspread lasted all of about a week. because then we went to find the paint colors and nothing matched, and on we go. So we're back to the bedspread. So I figure after about 3 years, we'll have the bedspread. Now, that's the same thing with the furniture, too. It comes through the door from God knows where, and it doesn't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. That didn't work. Okay, right. So now I have an understanding of that. Okay, so when I went to your website, I said, okay, well, what do these people do? You consign. So you're not out buying furniture from folks. You're doing it on consignment, right?
Yes.
Tell us how that process works.
Sure.
What does that really mean?
Yeah. What consignment really means is you retain ownership of your goods. We are just really the marketplace to sell the goods. We do all the hard work. We stage it, we market it, we act as your salesperson, we find the home for you, and then the best thing is when it sells, we split the proceeds. We're truly partners in the process. You're supplying the inventory and we're helping find a home. So really it's a win-win situation for both of us because you can recycle, we can find a new home, and the best part is we don't make money if you don't make money.
Okay. So now I call you up and you graciously decide to take whatever it is I have.
Yes.
Right? And I'm not in the business. And I paid $2,000 for it, and I expect to get $2,200 for it.
Absolutely. Everybody wants that.
How do you determine, I mean, I'm sure you assist your customers in helping them decide what is the market value. Would that be a good term?
Yes, that's a very fair term. That is probably the most common question that we get. What's it worth? What can I expect to get from this? And so I guess the one thing we will say is we want to have realistic expectations. As much information that can be provided up front. So when we see a photo of your items, the first thing we look for is the style. Is it a good style that will sell in our store? What is the brand? That plays a big factor. And what is the condition of the piece? That is the ultimate factor in establishing the value. Many times we are getting furniture that is still available in many retail stores, brands that have prices online. So we do a lot of price checking on the retail market to see what the current retail value is. And we have a historical database over 8 years to tell us what really something of that style, brand, condition sells for. So we can put a formula together. Definitely the feedback from the seller is important. What did you pay originally? Basically, we price at about 50% of retail.
That was my next question. Because I want to be able to go home and tell my wife, this was your cost this week.
Right. Okay. And you can go on vacation because you're going to sell that piece, right?
Yeah, right.
So let's just say that you purchased an item that was $1,000, mm-hmm. And it's in excellent condition. It's a highly desirable piece. We can expect to say 50% of that is the benchmark, and then when we actually see the piece, the condition is excellent condition. It's a high demand item. It could go up from there. Condition is not so great. Price could go lower. So we kind of use that at 50% as a benchmark and kind of go from there.
Okay. So 50% based upon nearly new condition. That's what we're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
And a style that's in demand in the market.
Okay. So then the next question is, I consign something, and for whatever reason, it doesn't sell. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have a benchmark in time that says, okay, Mr. Consigner, mm-hmm. It's now time that we address this, because our statistics tell us if it was in demand, if it was priced right, it should leave our store in so many days.
Right.
Or do you operate that way?
We do.
Okay.
So our goal is to sell it within the first 30 days of the consignment period. I mean, that's really our we price to sell within 30 days. So the one thing that we do, and we disclose this up front to buyers, is we reduce our prices by 10% every 25 days. So that gives someone the option, if they're really looking at a piece and they love that piece, buy it now, or they may choose to wait out the price drop. We do 4 price drops. So we drop our price 10% every 25 days. So it goes 10%, 20%, 30%, 40% off. So by the time, it's getting down to the end of the consignment period, that piece is churning. If we're at the very end of the consignment period, a couple of things that we can do. We can continue to do a price drop if we think it's a piece that will still has an opportunity to sell, which pretty much we hardly have to donate any furniture at all. We have an option to donate to a charitable organization such as the Furniture Bank or Habitat for Humanity. And the nice thing is the consignor gets the benefit of the tax receipt for that. So if that is an option at the end,
can I pull it from the shelf, so to speak?
you can at the end of the consignment period. You can pull that.
So you have to commit.
You do,
Okay.
and we're committing our floor space. We're committing our resources to help sell that piece. So we really want that commitment for that consignment period, and it's a
Okay.
120-day consignment period. So the longevity of us having that piece in our store is 120 days.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, you can't do business, so to speak, on the fly.
Yeah,
There has to
yeah.
be some certainty to it. Okay. So I can remove the furniture. What else? How do you communicate with your customers? When I went online, and I'm not an IT guy, but you have something where your customers can access something on the web to tell them what's happening.
Well, we have 2 things. One, we have a process for our consigners, our sellers, to manage their account, and they can see their items online. They can see when items sell and how much is payable to them. On the customer side, we have a huge social media following on Facebook. We do Instagram. We have a store app. We have a free store app, Trading Places Consignment, that shoppers can download and follow our shopping online. All of our inventory on our store, in our store, we photograph and we post that online, so you can really shop our store 24/7. So we have a lot of ways to see our inventory and put it out there for customers to see, other than just visiting our brick and mortar store.
Okay. And I will say, I went to your website and I was surprised. And I was surprised because I said, who's the little munchkin in the back room taking all these pictures and updating them daily? That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and we now have someone doing it almost full time. We have a photo studio in our office. We have the big umbrella, the whole big studio, and takes a picture of every single item. And although it's a tedious process, it's very well worth it. In today's day and age, you have to be online. You have to have a way for your customers to shop your store.
Well, it's not only the putting it on, it's taking it off.
Well, the nice thing is we have our software program is integrated, so the minute something sells, it comes right off. So if anyone's looking at our website and they're looking at a piece and all of a sudden somebody walks in the door and buys it, they'll see that it's out of stock.
That's good, because there are sites, I will tell you, online that do similar things to yours, but you can't trust what you're looking at because you never know when it's really being updated. It's like, well, they update it on Saturdays or Fridays or something like that, and it gets a bit frustrating. In general, okay, you've been in business since 2009, it's worked, and you're not the only game in town doing this. What do you think's driven this market for people to do it? Is it my experience that the furniture out there is very expensive, or what? I don't know.
Furniture is very expensive. When you go and look in, furniture stores, there's a trend for, everybody has to have the current trend. So there's always that, I want to change things out, or someone's moving or downsizing or having to get rid of furniture. So that's always driving. There's always a flow of inventory coming into the store. As far as buying habits, I think buying habits have changed, and people are more savvy of where they spend their dollars. One of the things that's so great about shopping consignment and in resale stores is your dollars can go so far, because we get incredible brands, people that have invested a lot of money in furniture and high quality brands, and those are the types of things that we're bringing into our store. So we're able to offer our shoppers something that a comparable retail may be out of their reach. And so when they walk into our store and they're able to get a Henderson credenza or a sofa that would cost $4,000 and they're able to get it for maybe $1,000 or under, they're buying a quality piece of furniture that's going to last them for a long time.
Okay. Well, I'm not your guy. People say to me, "What's your decorating style?" I go, "Ski shack." Okay.
Man cave.
But I have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I mean this dead seriously. When I buy furniture, you don't send me to any of these chain stores.
Mm-hmm.
I have bought extremely expensive furniture,
Mm-hmm.
right? My dining room set now is 45 years old. It's hickory out of North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a beautiful piece of furniture,
Mm-hmm.
right? Leathers. I paid $4,000 to $5,000 for
Right.
a leather chair.
Right.
Okay. I don't sell those. I don't trade them. I don't care what the trends are.
You buy them
okay?
to last, right?
Everything I bought it. So I call it eclectic ski shack.
Yeah.
So you can't put me in a category. It may look old fashioned to others, but I don't care. But anyways, we got to take a break. But we're going to talk next about there are things that sell and things that don't sell.
Yes.
I imagine that there are trends that I've got one that I know wouldn't sell, but I wouldn't sell it anyways. Okay, and I'm going to quiz you on this.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay,
I'll be
we'll
ready.
be right back. Oh, we're still on.
Oh.
I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm enjoying it.
Sounds great.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Let's go. Okay, the first thing we have to do, tell folks what the website is and where you're located.
Okay. We are located at 6561 Dublin Center Drive. We are in Dublin, in the Dublin Village Shopping Center. We're right by the AMC Theater, right across from Lowe's, so right across the parking lot. Our website is tradingplacesoh.com. Don't forget the OH.
Okay.
And that's where we're at.
And it's, if I remember correctly, 12,500 square foot showroom.
Yes.
See, I know more about
Yeah,
you
I
than
know. Scary.
Okay. I've never done this, but I have a trivia question for you. I
Gosh,
told you
okay,
before I
know.
started I was going to ask you the
Okay.
trivia session.
Can I phone a friend?
No, I know you're going to get this.
Okay.
And let's see how I want to phrase this. You're not the first Trading Places.
I'm not.
What was there that happened in 1983?
The movie.
The
Trading
movie!
Places, Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy and who's that hot girl that was in it? Come on.
Oh, he's
Oh,
got so
see,
many-
I
don't pay attention to the women, just the men.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh,
There you go.
gosh. You
What?
should know that.
And then
Amici.
yeah, Don, oh, whatever.
Don Amici.
Don Amici. Okay, but the funny line was that I never have forgotten this. It was the Dukes. Remember? Okay, good. I couldn't stump you on that.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So anybody, if you want to watch a good comedy, that was a great comedy.
It was a great comedy.
Very good show. Trading Places, 1983. Okay.
So if you forget the OH on our website,
Yeah.
you're going to find out about that show and all
You
that.
will, because
Yeah.
IMB comes up when
Yes,
you Google
yeah.
Trading Places.
So you can watch a clip.
And it says Trading Places. Yes,
Right.
yes. Jamie Lee Curtis was fantastic in that movie. Okay. Anyway.
That was a good
Okay.
one.
Now, here's the question.
Something's going on with the live feed.
The not new furniture, so to speak, raises the question. I'm sure people go, and I have this wonderful antique,
Yes.
right? Do you deal in that?
We deal selectively in antiques.
Okay.
We always start with the furniture. So I guess before I would say we don't take antiques, we always want to see your furniture, a photo, before we say yay or nay. There are some antiques that sell in our store.
Yeah.
Do we specialize in antiques? No.
Okay.
Do we specialize in some styles of antiques or some pieces? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the antique world, it's kind of like a particular thing will come into, everybody has to have it.
Yes.
And I can think of one. Now, it's not the case anymore, but I can remember when antique trunks,
Mm-hmm.
everybody had to have one as a coffee table, whatever the heck
Right.
it was. It was part of the decorating theme.
Yes.
And it would seem that it would make sense to maybe do that because it's a popular item.
Mm-hmm.
But antiques tend to be kind of a personal item. I mean, what's good for one person isn't good
Right,
for
and a
another.
lot of times it's sentimental. It's been
Yeah.
passed on, through generations. There are some gorgeous pieces out there, that could be 100 years old. If we feel that we don't have the market for them, we always want to refer
Yeah,
buyers or
and you
sellers
would know
to,
based upon, I mean,
Yes.
everybody has a niche, and you've
Right.
kind of defined your niche.
right.
So let's kind of go through maybe a few things
Mhm.
that people should call you about
Sure. Hmm.
and maybe not call you about. And I'll throw out the first one.
Okay.
Okay. Armoires.
Oh, my
Gotcha.
favorite. That is the one thing that we are saying no to.
Yes.
However, what I will say with those, the traditional armoire that you have for the smaller TVs, we cannot give them away. So
Right.
just unless it can fit a huge TV, would we even consider it? Where we do still have luck are pieces that can be converted to a pantry or to a bar or to a closet. A lot of times people don't have storage space in their house and they want something unique looking, nicely made that they can store their clothing in. So whereas that's an item that's not a very limited selective item that we take, there's
Yeah.
still some market for them. I don't want to get flooded with armoires, but we're selective.
Okay. See, I have an armoire, so I had to ask that question. It was part of the dining room set.
I would gently tell you where
Nope,
we
it's
could
not-
accept it.
It's not going anywhere.
Okay.
It's a beautiful carved oak, part of the dining room set, and we use it for all our china.
Mhm.
And besides, I have very tall ceilings,
Yeah.
so
It
the
works.
piece fits. It works.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let you take over. We'll call this the "Don't Call Me" section.
Don't call me. Okay. Floral sofas. Florally vintage sofas. Ornately Victorian styles don't work in our market. Of course, the armoires. We get a lot of dining room sets. That
Okay.
seems to be, as people move, there's not the dining room.
It's a space
It's
issue.
a space
The
issue.
issues change.
So we're very selective on those. That's one of our lead items that we take all the time, but we're selective in the styles that we take in. Bedroom furnitures, we always have a great market for bedroom furniture. Living room neutrals, anything neutral that we can mix and match patterns with from an upholstery standpoint, always good. Leathers, great. We have great sellers with leather. Accent tables and chairs always have a great market. And home decor, we do a ton of home decor and artwork, lamps,
Which is
mirrors.
okay.
That's really
Vases,
a staple
whatever.
for us. Absolutely. So it's not just furniture that we take; it's home decor. Anything that you would find in your home: wall hangings, accent pieces, mirrors, lamps.
I'm not bringing you my wall hangings.
Okay.
I only have original oil paintings. I don't do
Hang on to 'em.
posters. I just was at the art. What was it this summer? And I bought a beautiful piece. My wife about fainted when I. But I have bad habits, just like her. Okay. Okay. So we've got a few minutes left before we end the show. I have a couple questions, but I'm going to turn it over to you real quick. Anything we haven't talked about, we should have talked about.
Really, just if you're interested in selling, always send us a photo. We
Okay.
would be happy to review your items. We have a great consignment request process on our website. Very easy, can be done online on the smartphone. Just go to tradingplacesoh.com.
Get the OH in.
Get the OH, yes, or you'll be watching the movies. Let's see. Yeah, I think we've covered
And
a
your
lot.
hours.
Oh, our
We didn't
hours.
talk
Oh,
about
gosh.
that. How-
We're open 7 days a week. So Monday
Wow.
through Thursday, 10 to 7. Friday and Saturday, 10 to 5. Sunday, 12 to 5. So we're 7 days a week, 24/7 online. Always can shop online. And we'd love to have you come visit. I encourage you, before you go out furniture shopping, give us a shot. Come in, see what we have to offer. A lot of people check our store, go shopping, and they're back.
Well, I was going to say,
Yeah.
when you were describing if it doesn't sell, we cut the price,
Yeah.
price. You've got a lot of people that are watchers. You're
Yes.
kind of like, it's like me. I have another bad habit. It's called antique or classic cars. And I live on Craigslist. I want to find out what's on today that I might buy.
Mm-hmm.
About 3 this year. Don't tell my wife,
I
because I
won't.
can't complain about her buying some little end table. She doesn't know. I have my own garage. Okay.
We have watchers and we have criers. Well, the criers are the ones that didn't buy it when they saw it and somebody else snatched it. So
Yeah, there's always another one. I don't fall in love with any material item. I'm the kind of guy, I went and bought I ordered a specific car with all the options, and someone offered me more for it tomorrow, it'd be gone.
yeah,
I would do it again.
of course.
Okay, well, I want to thank you for coming on the show. And as we
My
said
pleasure.
earlier when the show started, kind of the last step of the remodeling process is going through the decorating process or
Right.
getting the furniture. And I know a lot of folks, they just don't know where to go.
Right.
And a lot of them I also know when they go, because I've had this conversation, to furniture stores, they're very disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Because really good furniture costs a lot of money.
A lot of money.
So it makes sense.
Mhm.
I have sons who don't believe in buying Levi's jeans or whatever it is. They go to Ragorama, I'll give them a plug, or one of those, and they go buy their jeans there. Because they go, I pay $1, not $55.
Right.
So anyways, okay, well, Michelle, thank you very much for being on the show. It was a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
You did a great job.
Oh, well, thank
you
you.
were a marvelous guest. And
Thank you for
folks,
having me.
You're welcome. We'll see you next week.
That's the end.